heal the hurt, buff the weak and smite your foes as a priest in Hearthstone. I'm Aski and you're here to find out everything there is to know about Anduin, Hearthstone's royal priest. On the surface, priests are all about healing and light, but all lights cast shadows, and a priest is able to use that darkness to his advantage to deal some nasty damage and remove minions from the board. Their hero power is a heal, which restores 2 health to any character. Having the ability to heal minions allows him to often keep them around longer, giving both a card and board advantage as he's able to recover their HP after attacking. That's not the only heal the priest has access to, however. They also have the circular healing and Lightwell. Then for added value, the Northshire cleric will also draw cards whenever a minion is healed. Then they have the heals that also damage your foes. Holy Nova is a 2 damage AoE that hits all your enemies while restoring 2 health to all friendlies, and then Holy Fire works in much the same way but is a single target spell that deals 5 damage and restores 5 health to your hero. With all this healing, however, is that shadow I discussed earlier, and the priest is able to turn his healing magic into damage through the use of either the Shadow Form card, changing your hero power into spell damage, or through the Soul Priest, which makes all your heals now deal damage. Having 2 or maybe even 3 damage from your hero power is really strong for just 2 mana, and can allow the priest to clear the board very effectively, and the Soul Priest can be combined with the Circle of Healing for a huge 4 damage AoE. Other shadow spells come in the form of removal. Shadow Words Death and Pain allow you to remove any minion from the board cheaply so long as they have a certain amount of damage, and on top of this they also have Holy Smite and Mind Blast for some added direct damage. Priests also have more access to silence than any other class, with both the 0 cost card and the 4 mana Mass Dispel, which can silence all of your enemy foes at once and draw you a card. Another very interesting priest mechanic is their ability to both steal and copy cards from their opponent. Mind Vision, Mind Games and Thought Steal all allow you to copy a card in one way or another, and then Shadow Madness, Mind Control and the Shadow Priest all allow you to steal minions over to your side of the board. Then they have the buffs. Power Word Shield is a nice cheap card that has some great value, and Temple Enforcer is a great way to add to your board presence while also buffing a minion. Divine Spirit and Inner Fire are powerful cards in their own right, but when combined they can create some really powerful minions so long as they have a good base health to begin with. The Light Spawn also couples really well with Divine Spirit, as the minion essentially has a constant Inner Fire cast on it. The legendary card is Prophet Velen. He doubles your damage and healing of all your spells and your hero power. He can be really powerful if he survives until your next turn, when you can spend some mana on cards like Holy Nova or Holy Fire. However, because of his fairly high mana cost, you won't have many options on the turn you play him apart from maybe Mind Blast or lesser heal in the late game. When it comes to countering a priest, there are a few things to keep in mind. A common tactic they use is to play out a Northshire cleric on turn 1. Be careful not to damage it or allow it to damage itself on your minions until you can kill it completely. You don't want to give them the card draw, and taking a couple 1 damage hits in the early game is not an issue. A little later on, it's important to play around the Shadow Word removal. 4 damage minions avoid this nicely, so Chillwind Yetis and Sunwalkers can be of great use, as well as a number of other cards. Priests will often have silence in their deck, so try not to put all your eggs in one basket and buff up a single minion. It's also important, however, to have some of your own silence, as you need to be able to remove their buffs before they get out of hand. The Crazed Alchemist can be a really nice way to shut down light spawns and light wells on the cheap, or counter any taunts with really high HP from Divine Spirit. Playing late game legendaries and powerful minions can be very risky against a priest, as Mind Control can turn it against you. However, Mind Control costs 10 mana, so if you play the minion out a couple turns before, at least you're going to get some value out of it before they steal it, and then hopefully you're going to have a way to remove it on turn 10 if it gets stolen. The most important thing is try to make sure they can't get any value from their heals. You need to completely kill minions or just leave them at full HP. There's no point in sacking your minions into theirs if they're alive at the end of the turn for the priests to heal them back up. So priests walk this line between light and dark. They have heals and buffs galore to keep themselves and their minions alive, but they also have some solid removal and damage. Throw in the Mind Control and card copy mechanics and they can turn a match around very fast. To beat one, you're going to need to play around that removal and make sure any minions you attack you finish off completely. If you want to find out more about priest cards or anything else Hearthstone, I recommend you check out hearthstone.gamepedia.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below if you have any tips for a new priest player. But for now, I've been Aski, and thank you for watching.